Hey, what's happening, YouTubers? It's the list you've been waiting for, my top 10 DC Multiverse figures of 2024. Before we kick it off, I want to start with these 5 honorable mentions. We have the McFarlane Fidgetal Silver Age Green Lantern and the Green Lantern Collector Edition Abensor Tomar Ray. This has unquestionably been the year of Green Lanterns in the DC Multiverse line, and these figures exemplify that. First off, a classic Silver Age look that is dope and on the perfect body mold in my opinion. Then the Collector Edition Green Lantern showed that the offerings are worth it as we got Abensor and Tomar Ray. I do have the Chase variant, but that's a story for another day. In the middle, we have the Bane Nightfall Edition, a re-release that was much needed. Granted, in terms of paint deco and some slight sculpt differences, it's not a true reissue or re-release, but a much needed one as the OG Bane was going for mad bread in the aftermarket. And to be honest, the cell shading on this is pretty cool. Next up, we have Dick Grayson as Batman from Batman Reborn. Just a well-rounded figure, wired soft goods cape, the head sculpt that looks true to the source material, and a body mold they use seems to work well in terms of proportions of other figures in the line. And last honorable mention goes to another Dick. Yeah, that's the last Dick joke on this channel. For this year. So stupid. But the soft goods material is fantastic, two-tone and wired. Also, the figure's likeness to Chris O'Donnell is on par to last year's release. Alright, that's enough with the honorable mentions. Let's get started with the list. Kicking the list off at number 10, we have Huntress, part of the Collector Edition line. Another example of why the Collector Edition line is starting to show value for the price point. Multiple handsets, multiple faceplates, and a soft goods wired cape. If anything, another welcome addition of the Bat family. Waddling his way at the number 9 spot, we have Penguin. Finally, a classic Penguin to add your Batman Rogue Gallery. While there isn't much movement at the torso, because that gut though, it doesn't take away the awesome sculpt work of one Oswald Cobblepot. Slashing his way into the number 8 spot, we have Azrael from Night's End. I know a lot of folks have the Chase variant ahead of this, which I do too. I have that. I just didn't take him out of the box, and come to think of it, I have a lot of Platinum editions I haven't taken out. Anyways, it is a look we've been waiting for, and McFarlane Toys knocked it out of the park and built upon already an existing dope sculpt. He might be throwing up the number 1, but sitting comfortably at the number 7 spot is Tim Drake Robin, based on his appearance from DC Rebirth. In my opinion, they used the appropriate body mold for Tim Drake. It has a nice range of articulation. He came with multiple hand accessories, and the two-tone soft goods wired cape is a nice touch. Kicking his way at number 6, we have the Page Puncher's Damian Wayne Robin, based on his appearance in Batman Reborn. It's undoubtedly the best Damian Wayne figure they've made. The head sculpt is more true to the source material than most, and he pairs well with that Batman Reborn figure. Oh, also in addition to the cape being wired soft goods on the sides and bottom, the frickin' hood is wired too. Truly awesome. Battling his way in the top 5 at number 5, we have Armored Batman from the Batman vs. Superman movie. There's a lot of awesome things about this figure, starting with the awesome sculpt work and paint. It looks weathered and beaten up by Superman. I don't know if the sculptor that worked on this also works on the Warhammer figures, but the level of range of the diaphragm joint this Batman has is on par with those figures. I'm not a Snyderverse fan, but I like the movies, and this figure is a good representation of it. Firing in at the number 4 spot, we have Starfire, based on her appearance in DC Rebirth. The figure looks awesome, especially the head sculpt. Also, another character to add your Titans team that McFarlane Toys started in 2023, starting with a Beast Boy wave. Punching his way in the top 3 at number 3, we have the Page Puncher Superman. This was originally my number 1 of 2024 so far, and it still remains one of my favorite as I mentioned in the past. The armor sculpt is gnarly. The paint and the wash on it is a nice touch, and not to mention the overall aesthetic is just purely badass. Coming in at number 2, we have Cyborg Superman. There's so much to this figure. All of 2023, or for a majority of it, there was like this lore to this figure. If it was real or if it was a custom, and the Facebook groups went nuts debating back and forth. And well, it's real. It's not the traditional Cyborg Supes, and don't worry, I'm sure at some point they'll get to it. But this is the new 52 version. We never got in this iteration, which is refreshing to see. Fusing his way at the number 2 spot, we have the Batman Superman Fusion Platinum Edition. This figure is based on World's Finest issue number 4, and Hal Jordan's ring in that issue ends up fusing Superman and Batman together. That's some Dragon Ball Z stuff for that fusion. But on a serious note, I think the figure is awesome. The paintwork and design look nice, the translucent green is a nice aesthetic, but that's only exclusive to the Platinum version though. Plus they're using one of the best body molds for this figure, the Speeding Bullets body. In my opinion, this figure has been fun to pose around, and truly captures that essence in year 1 when McFarlane Toys did Elseworld variations of established characters. Truly an awesome figure in my opinion. So there you have it, YouTubers, my top 10 DC Multiverse figures of 2024. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Let me know your top 10. Sound off in the comments below, and like always, if you like what you see, be sure to hit that like button. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, what are you doing? Help me get to 3,000 subs. Go ahead, subscribe. Thanks for watching.